If you followed my content for a while, you already know I've consistently acknowledged that HP inflation is real, but up until now, it hasn't reached the point of being problematic. Recently though, that narrative started to shift. While I was streaming FF7 Rebirth, I've had multiple subs coming in my chat asking me if I had attempted the newest deadly assault. I even received a DM at 3 a.m. from someone who was confused and frustrated, wondering if I had also struggled against the latest boss. Naturally, I decided to test it out. Since I hadn't progressed through the main story yet, I walked in blind without knowing what to expect. You know, at first I got completely one shot, but after like that first attempt, I adjusted my approach by saving an ultimate for that tidal wave phase so I could shatter the orb and secure the shield. From there, the encounter flowed much more smoothly. There's also another layer involving soldiers that require you to respond properly. I'll iron out the optimal strategy for that later, but overall, I don't actually mind this new boss. It felt really engaging, so I actually really enjoy the new Deadly Assault boss. It wasn't just the damage check, it demanded at least like a modicum of critical thinking, which I do appreciate. Now, let's address the broader concern. HP inflation is creeping in, and it's going to be unavoidable if left unchecked. The previous Deadly Assault health values, in my personal opinion, were perfectly reasonable. They didn't need to be altered at all. Typically, you see HP numbers spiral upward when developers start introducing progressively stronger characters, but credit where it's due, the ZZZ dev team has done a commendable job avoiding unnecessary power creep. Miyabi still stands as the benchmark, and nothing released since has drastically outclassed her. That said, stall mechanics are a bit of an issue. A handful of these new bosses drag out the timer by entering these long immunity phases. Sometimes upwards of like 15-20 seconds, and there's zero counterplay. When your DPS output is artificially throttled like that, it feels unfair and unbalanced. Like, if such mechanics are going to remain, then the ceiling for performance points or maximum performance points, right? Maybe we can have more than 5,000. I think that would need to be adjusted. Otherwise, the design punishes efficiency-minded players for reasons outside of their control. I did come across this post from Rezi, where someone in his community admitted they could no longer clear with their Juyon. Even Rezi himself, who's known for just clearing with everything with the cunning hairs, noticed a substantial uptick in HP scaling. Playing devil's advocate, I do understand the argument that you don't need to 9-star for maximum rewards. I do understand that, right? And don't get me wrong, this isn't doom posting or anything. It's just me acknowledging that, okay, HP is going up. Can we stop? And I do understand there's a new set that came out, right? Which is like great for your supports. I don't know if it's actually stronger than, was it 18% damage for your entire squad whenever using EX attack or ultimate? So as you release newer, stronger sets, HP probably is going to go up, right? But I don't think this is enough to warrant increasing HP again. I'll be completely honest. You know, Billy received a buff with this. A couple other characters. But again, I just don't think it's enough to warrant HP increasing. And I do understand that we have seen older characters receive buffs before, but here's the issue. Those buffs wouldn't even be necessary if the HP wasn't escalating so rapidly in the first place. And it's not like the latest character release was some like absolute powerhouse, right? The character didn't even improve Sandby's value. This character doesn't even have their best in slot yet, right? So it's not like there was like a reason for it. I'm not sure if they're just looking at like overall clears and even including those Mindscape clears, which I think you should not go off of that at all, because that's not a majority of the player base. The good news is the devs, the ZZZ devs, have generally proven themselves to be fairly reasonable and responsive. So I wouldn't be surprised if some kind of Deadly Assault rebalancing or overhaul is already in the pipeline. But if that's not the case, then as a community, we need to remain cautious. The last thing anyone wants for ZZZ is for ZZZ to slide down the same path as Honkai Star Rail, where inflated HP pools and overtuned mechanics slowly squeeze out the free-to-play and low-spender player base. That's honestly a surefire way to hollow out a community. But at the end of the day, I want to believe that this is just a temporary balancing experiment, a short-term hiccup that will be corrected, and not the beginning of a downward trend, because once HP spirals out of control, it's one of the hardest issues to roll back. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What has been your Deadly Assault experience? Also, how did you find the newest boss in the game? Is it annoying? Was it fun? Did you enjoy the mechanics? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Again, not doom posting, just bringing it to light. A few of my community members brought this to my attention, and I thought I'd talk about it after trying it myself, right? Obviously, I could like maximize it and get like higher scores. That was like all my first attempt, but from what I like, and we've seen the numbers go up, so obviously it's actually happening, and I just think there's no reason for it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.